after making purification for sins, what does it say? He sat down. He sat down. That's not right. See, because if the Jewish person, they would know this. There's lots of different pieces of furniture inside the temple, inside the tabernacle, right? We have the altar, we have the laver, we have the lampstand, we have the showbread, we have the altar of incense, we have the Ark of the Covenant. We had all these different pieces of furniture here, but one thing you don't see is what? A chair. There was no chair. And we say, why isn't there a chair inside the tabernacle? No time to rest for the priests. They were on 24/7 because every single morning they were just making sacrifices. There was no chairs anywhere inside the temple because the priest's work was never done. But in Hebrews 1:3, it says that Jesus sat down. Jesus sat down. And we say, what's going on? See, because whenever the God of the universe, the one that created it, the one that is outside of time, the one that holds the whole world together, whenever he stepped in, you know what happened? He said, I'm going to make a payment for all time. There will be no more sin that is left that's not been paid for. I am going to pay, and there is no more sacrifices. And so after he finished, he went and he sat down. Sat down. And here's the significance of this. Jesus Christ, after he paid the price for all of your sins, he said, I'm going to sit down, which means this, that his job is done, and there isn't one sin, there isn't one trial, there isn't one hardship for which Jesus has not already had victory over. And he knew about the stuff that's coming up. He knew about your sin last night. He knew about tomorrow's sin. But yet he said, I'm going to sit down now because the victory has already been won. I have already bought and I have already paid for all of it. It is already done. And there isn't any reason why I got to get up because I'm sitting down because my job is already done. And so for us, we would often picture and we would stress and we'd say, yeah, but what about the medical bills? What about my family? What about my job situation? We're up here pacing. Jesus isn't concerned about any of that, is he? Because he's sitting on his throne and he doesn't have to get worried. He doesn't have to stress out because he has already won the victory over all of it. And so because of that, now he's sitting down. He says, hey, why are you pacing around and stressing out? Why don't you come to me and have a seat? Because my burden is light and my yoke is easy.